Ecamm fam, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Marshall Creates with Ecamm. Happy Thursday. If you're watching me live, but if you're not, happy whatever day it is that you're watching this. So, let me say what's up to the fam. What's good? Paul, it's great to see you. Thanks so much. Not so famous YouTuber was good. He said I should be dancing. I'll take that. I'll take that note. Cool. So in this episode, who else is in the building? Looks like we got at least 13 viewers. Say what's up to us. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And while you game time, what is good? Great to see you. Cheers to you as well. I know you pumped up. Today is the first NFL preseason game. I'm excited about that. Alicia, what's up? If you're joining me, use the same link. Use the same link that I sent you, the interview link. And we'll knock this thing out. So for those of you who are just joining us, so we are branding Alicia's podcast, Knowledge Gumbo. So this will be, we'll finish up the logo and hopefully get to the color schemes and stuff today. We'll see how much we can get done today on her logo. So, let me pull it up here. We started it last week. And I think we made some progress. So, give me 1 second here. Season 3, Knowledge Gumbo. All right, and I'm going to share my screen. Cool. Just pulling it up in Illustrator. All right, let me share my screen. Let me see if Alicia's going to be joining us. Ramon, what is going on? Great to see you. Sunny Isles Beach, Florida. Let's go. Florida in the building. Okay. Share my screen here and we'll pull this over here. Okay. So this is what we're working with so far. And we're going to try out a couple more concepts. There she is. Alicia's coming in. Okay, let me switch my scene, guys. Boom, we in there. We were. Uh-oh. Alicia dropped off. Oh, there we go. Boom. Cool. Can you hear me okay? Awesome. All right, now. So we're getting in here. You know what? Let me 1 second. Because my kids, I feel some rustling on the outside of the door. So I feel like they're going to bust in here at any moment. So let me just lock my door real quick. They're supervised. Don't worry. My wife's out there. So give me 1 second. Ugh. All right, we're safe. We are safe. All right. Because they'll be the type that want to come in here and then say hello and all of that. But we ain't got time for that. Not today. All right, cool. All righty. Yep, one of them just tried the door. All right, cool. All right, so this is what we're working with. Did you work on it at all, Alicia, in this past week or no?
No.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So I know we have a couple more concepts we want to try out. At least this one to the left, right? Like something like this. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna pull up Kittle. You know what? Kittle actually works better. And Chrome I've noticed, because it was giving me some issues.
Really?
In Safari.
All
right. Turn to stir the gum, all right. I know, right? Elevator awesome. What is good, my brother? Great to see you. Did you ever end up changing your YouTube banner? I'm gonna take a look because I'm nosy. All right, let me look, see if he changed his YouTube banner. Elevated awesomeness. Shoot, it won't come up back. Oh, there it is. Not yet. Okay. I'm not offended, Matt. I'm not offended. But all right, cool. All right, let me open up Chrome here. Okay, we got some updates. I have to check that out. All right, so let's do a new project. Standard, and what we could start with. So we're kind of going based off of this concept, but start with I'm gonna click this typography button and then scroll
Hmm.
down to see if they have something that already is in the at least the shape that we want. So let me go to vintage because we can kind of start with this. I can see, for example, this blacksmith, even the bourbon, it's almost like at a curve, but we want it to go up. So I just want to see what they have. Kind of like this London ink as well. So that curves up. But let's just start from scratch. So I'm going to click add headline. It's going to add it there. I'm going to type in knowledge. And for those of you who don't know, this is Kittl. It's KITTL.com. It's like an online, I don't want to call it design software, but you can make some pretty cool designs. Hey, let's just go to the homepage so you can check it out. Just for those of you who aren't aware. I don't know how this came into my world. But it did. So I'm grateful. Let's do new incognito since I'm already logged in. I use it here and there for some designs. It's good for merch design, as you can see. I also use it recently. I've used it for like podcast cover inspiration as well when designing podcast covers. So you can see the types of things that it does here. Text editing, recoloring. I haven't really messed with recoloring, but definitely use it for like text type stuff. Ready to use templates. So this is just an overview of Kittl. Cool. Adobe Express. We might have to check that out during the next series. And am I frozen on you guys' end or am I okay? Am I good? Okay, I'll look frozen for a second. All right, cool. All right, so we got knowledge. So what I'm going to do is, let me make sure this is large enough for you guys to see. Okay, that's pretty large. So I'm just going to go down to transformation on the right hand side. And then it gives us angle, circle, distort, custom, arch, rise, wave, flag. So I'm just going to click arch. So that pretty much gives us a good starting point for knowledge. So I'll double click this, then do if I double click, well, I can just change the font here. So as I go down, at least just let me know if any of these speak to you. So if it's something like this, we will want to make it lowercase, at least the rest of the letters. Like that. Almost like that. That's similar. I mean, it doesn't have to be the same, but
No, it doesn't have to be the same. I was
yeah.
looking more from a design standpoint as opposed to the
Mm-hmm.
actual font.
Yeah. So let me know if any of these stick out at you as I kind of scroll down. And I think we would or should go with like a all caps for knowledge.
Okay.
What do you think? Unless you don't want to.
No, I'm open to anything because what I
Okay.
came up with before I volunteered for this was just kind of like a badge logo where it
Mm.
was like a circle and it
Mm-hmm.
had knowledge gumbo with like a pot
Okay.
in the middle. And that was all I was working with before
Gotcha.
then. So
Gotcha. And that's a good idea because as I'm thinking about it, what we could do is have knowledge like at the top of a circle and then gumbo like in the pot, if that makes sense.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So let me show you what I mean real quick inside of Illustrator. So for example, let's say we have a pot here. Let me grab my shape tool. Let's say this is a pot. Let's Let's make it black. You center this. So you do Command C, Command F, paste in front. I'll make this a little larger. Reverse, and then I'm going to type on this path knowledge. KNOWLEDGE. All right, let me make this window a little smaller because stuff is lost. Some of my tools. Okay, can y'all see most of that? Let me make it a little more narrow. All right, cool. So now we can make this, of course, a lot bigger, like 100 or 200. I'm trying to grab this. Okay, then center it. So knowledge like this. Luis, what's good? What is good? Yes, if you guys could hit the like button, I'd appreciate it. Same here. My stomach just growled, literally. And the thing is, like, man, we just ordered lunch, so it always works out where it's like they wait. It's like, oh, we're not gonna deliver it with enough time for you to eat. Of course, I should have ordered it earlier, but I thought I had enough time. So we're gonna wait till you sit down and go live. Then we're gonna deliver the food. That's what it seemed like. All right, so we had knowledge like this, and we could even put it in like a background if we wanted to, like more of like a badge, which we can do. But something like this. And what I would do is probably make it a little hack, a little smaller, but make the weight thicker. Doesn't have to be like that, but see here. Wrong font. Let me go with a simple font like Ridley. For now, we can always change it. And then put gumbo in the middle. Of course, we haven't designed the gumbo yet, like the actual gumbo. But what I would likely do is put it in almost like in the middle, but surrounding it would be the actual gumbo. So,
Okay.
but you could tell like it's something on top of the pot or over the pot, if that makes sense. But then have gumbo in like a larger text. Or we could like shape gumbo, like the word gumbo to fit in the pot, like kind of contort it. So that's an idea as well. So kind of like this, but of course we would have to design the actual gumbo, like what that would look like. So that is an idea as far as that layout. And another idea would be,
Mm-hmm.
let's see about we would want to pick like a condensed font. We wanted to shape gumbo into the pot. Let's see what it would look like into like a circle. So let's see here. So if I delete this, let's make this white. Make all this center. Okay, so let me go up to object, transform. Let's go to effect. Effect. Let me see here. Warp. Bulge. Almost like that. Of course, it's kind of extreme. But let me make it larger. Actually, not bad, but I would want to adjust the spacing in between the letters to make it a bit more legible. So now what I would do is probably pick different fonts just to see what they would look like. So this isn't as legible, so probably wouldn't work. So let me pick a different font, like this one, for example. So that's an idea. I don't know if it works as well, but
It doesn't look right.
yeah, I feel you. It would almost have to be like mainly
It would
because
it would look better probably if it was concave instead of convex. You know,
you mean the
going
other
in,
way.
going in instead of coming towards you.
Yeah, let
Maybe.
me see. Apply new effect. Okay, so I should have. Oh, let me go to. Let me remove this effect or just inverse it. Oops. You think you talking about like that or
I guess it doesn't look right. No, I was just thinking because you know how it's coming out towards you,
yeah?
and I was thinking, what if it, you know, concaved in instead of out? But maybe you can't do that.
You mean in like how?
Well, you had it filling up the
Oh, I
whole
see what
thing,
you're
but
saying.
the
I see what you're
UMBO is
saying.
coming towards you
Yeah,
as
I
opposed
see
to
what you're
going
saying.
like, okay.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Look, you a genius. Let's see how that looks. So instead of this, let me see here. It would be. I feel like it would be fisheye, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but we would have to. Hmm.
Or maybe it's just because it's a circle. If it was an actual pot, maybe it would spread out better. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. I know what you mean though. Almost like this, but like if it was like taller, so it'd be
But
going in
it's still coming towards you.
with
The
shading.
center of the word is still coming towards you.
Oh, is it? I think it depends on how you look at it, because I'm looking at it as if it's going away, but you're
Okay.
looking at it as if it's going toward. So I guess it's how you could look at it both ways. You could look at it
I
both ways. But yeah, with Paul, like
Okay.
Paul said, we have to do that with shading. Um, but yeah, I don't think you probably would agree that this is a good enough idea to move forward with. So I will
Not like
probably,
that. No.
yeah,
Not
um,
like that, no.
yeah. What you mean is like if the M was smaller, instead of the being the biggest thing, the M would be like the smallest thing, right? And then it would kind of go out that way, and the G
It
would kind of be
doesn't
the largest.
necessarily have to be the smallest, but it's pushing in as opposed to rounding up.
Right.
I guess I'm not saying that right, but
And let me see if it can do it on here too. Let me see. Oh, that's circle, distort, flag, angle, custom. Nah. Um, it's almost like a reverse fisheye type of effect.
kinda.
If we have fisheye, instead of it going out, we go in, kind of like that, right? But it would have to expand and fill the entire
Yeah, because you can see it better when it's going in as opposed to coming
Mm-hmm.
out.
Yeah, pause is all in your perspective. Okay. Cool. So let me see something real quick. Object, envelope, restore, mate with warp. Okay. Fisheye, bend it like this. Okay. But then we would want to, oops, try to have it fit. Object, envelope, restore, edit envelope. So I want to have it fill the edges.
I think it just doesn't work with that circle.
Yeah.
The circle is always going to make it where you can't read the first and the last letter well.
Right. I was just curious to see what it would start looking like. We did do it like this. So now it's kind of like pushing in, I think. But I don't think it reads too well.
No, that's worse than the other way. But it's worth looking. At least now we know.
Yeah. Yeah, I was curious. You know how I get. I was like, let's just see. Of course, I can refine it. Y'all may remember a few weeks ago we were doing something similar with the Doc Pops logo.
Yeah.
And we got that to a really good place. I don't think I have the liberty of sharing that with y'all. I don't know. I don't know if he put it on the site or not, but he loved it, the final product, but I definitely had to refine it. I had to approach it a completely different way.
Than what you originally started with?
Yeah, because there was a whole element of the microphone that I wasn't even taking into consideration.
Oh.
I mean, he probably wouldn't mind.
Because
Let me
I
pull it up real
watched
quick.
that. That was really interesting.
Yeah. Oh, let me see. Because we were working on it live.
Mm-hmm.
So hold up. Ignore.
But he ain't thinking about none of us right now. He in Japan.
Oh, word? I didn't even know that. Hold
Yeah.
on. Why did
He's on vacay.
why did my trackpad start working all of a sudden? I know it's charged. Hold on, y'all. Open up. My trackpad just stopped working all of a sudden. That's weird. Maybe that's a sign. Hold up. What is... It says 61%. That was weird. Okay. So this is pretty much it right here. This is how it ended up looking. You see how like the S is on a different plane? Because it's the S is supposed to be like the top of the microphone. And I actually
Well, that makes it more readable because when you were trying to put the S on the side, it made it like more condensed.
Yeah, exactly. More squished. And this middle ring right here on the mic, I made it into the left side of the P to give us more space as well. This first P at least. So I think that helped with it as well. So this is like the final version. Bro, I just did like this. You know how you zoom out on a trackpad? I just did like that on my felt desk pad. I was like, trackpad ain't even right there. I pinched the zoom on like something random. Pinched the zoom on the desk. All right. Cool. All right. So did you want to try something like this? Or you want to go back to Kittle and work on the other concept? I don't want to waste a lot of time because I know this is the second episode of the logo.
Whatever. Like I'm kind of open to whatever you're the creative.
Okay.
I'm a wanna be creative. So, but
okay. Like that's at the end. Cool. Yeah, me too, man.
What moves your creative juices? Which one moves your creative juices so that you can go wild?
Okay. Let me take a look at what we have so far. Okay, knowledge gumbo, that's it's fine, but it ain't like wow. So let's see if we can get a wow in here. Um, so we can try this. Let me see here. Just gotta find a font. The thing is, the beautiful thing about Kindle and pretty much all these services is like you can upload your own fonts if you want as well. So you're not limited to the fonts that they have, but it is still good if you can get like a good starting point.
Hmm.
Let me see here. I like something about this font. I like. What do you think about this one? Or is that not like in your face enough? Is it not bold enough? What do you think about it?
It's it, it's clean.
Yeah, it's kind of like understated, but it still has a little, little something unique about it because of the rounded corners, rounded edges. So what is this font called? Averia. Make a mental note of that.
But it looks a little weird shaped like that.
You
That
said it looks weird
W,
shape. Oh, in that shape.
the
Yeah, I
W is
feel you.
W is throwing me off.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Yeah, because it's like looks like a little shorter than the L and the O.
Hmm.
um, hmm, hmm. Barlow. Then we have something like this. Knowledge. Uh, that's bold. I actually like that though. What do you think about that one? Is it too bold?
Yeah. No.
Okay. All right. So let's use that and then let's get something for gumbo. Let's do something for gumbo real quick. But for this, we could see what let me see here. Decorated gradients. So these are like already decorated styles. Mm, let me try this.
That one looks like what's the cartoon?
Ghostbusters?
Knowledge. No,
Not
knowledge is
Ghostbusters.
power.
Goosebumps. You think about
No, you
Goosebumps?
no, you're a little too young. For when I was a kid, there was
Oh.
help me out, Paul. Schoolhouse Rock. That's what I'm trying to remember.
Oh, Schoolhouse Rock. I remember Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah, that gives me memories of that.
Yeah. Okay. So, this is kind of cool, actually. Let me see. And like you can find alternates as well for certain fonts. Just going over to
Hmm.
the alternates button. See what they have. Like you see these different combos that they have. They probably don't have anything for BO, but
Oh, I get what you're saying. Hmm.
yeah. So I think that's pretty cool too. Because that's something that Illustrator does, but Affinity doesn't do. At least, well, it's a little more complicated to do it in Affinity. So it's usually easier to just do it inside of Illustrator because they make it really easy. Because all you got to do in Illustrator is just like highlight over the letter, and it shows you what alternates are available, if there are
Mm.
any available. But there's none um for what we would need. I don't see anything. But that would have been cool if we could have some type of unique way to integrate any of the letters in Gumbo. I don't see anything that we could use. unless we like use this for the B. But do you even like this font? I didn't even ask you.
You go crazy,
Okay.
and I'll let you know if something is like just totally rubs me the wrong way.
All
But
right, cool.
I don't want to limit your creativity.
Okay. So we have two different types of G's. I actually like the original G better. Let me just see what this other B looks like real quick.
There it is,
Well, that's one, but there's another
right
that
below it.
looks.
It was
Oh
a
yeah,
couple
I see
below
it.
it.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. I think we good here. I like this, but I'm not necessarily a fan. Let me see if we have a different weight. That's the thickest weight it has. All right. Okay, so but I don't think knowledge pairs well. This font pairs well with this gumbo, so
Mm-mm.
that's interesting knowledge. But then it's not as saucy. Another something else we could do is we could turn this into like a ribbon. Above. That would probably look good. Yeah, let's do something like this. But what I'll do is make this a bit smaller. Let's do 70 and then increase the spacing in between. Let's do 100. And then put this into like a ribbon, which we could do inside of Illustrator. I don't like the spacing in between these letters, so I'm gonna pick something else. I don't know what that deal is. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Brookfield looks good. Then they have different weights. So the thing I'm looking at here, just as I'm, just to think out loud, is when you have like a
Mm-hmm.
stylized font. I'm looking at the gumbo as like more of like a stylized font, even though
Okay.
it's a simple font, but the effects that we have on it, you
Mm-hmm.
want the complementary font to be more simple. So I don't want to have two stylized fonts,
So not
because
quite as thick, more of a.
yeah, not even the thickness, but just like how much extra it has with it. Like, let me show you what I mean. Like this is kind of like a stylized font as well. Like you can see it has the rough edges and it kind of calls attention to
Mm-hmm.
itself the way it is. So you don't want to have two paired fonts that kind of call attention to like even when you look at the font duos and the vital elements, how one of them is more stylized, the other one is normally simple, just because it pairs
Mm-hmm.
well together. Like you just don't want to have
Okay.
two stylized fonts because it just makes it a bit busy. So that's something that I'm
Okay.
thinking of as I'm looking for like a complementary font for this, mainly because Gumbo is the focal point. And what I would
Mm-hmm.
likely do inside of Illustrator is I was thinking maybe I make Gumbo a bit thicker, but it may be okay. It's not quite thick enough. Serif, I'm gonna hurry up so we can get this concept done. That's not bad. See if we made it bigger. Main reason I'm saying that is because we're gonna put it inside of a ribbon, so it may look really nice in a ribbon. Um,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Okay, let's try that. All right, cool. So we'll download this. We'll have this, and we can start tweaking it. So I'm gonna download it as an SVG file, which is a vector.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do Ecamm Live. Oops. This is 14? I know I always ask what episode it is.
Paul.
I think so. And every time I create the thumbnail for next week, I'm like, all right, it's episode such and such, and then I forget. All right, cool. So we got that and that. So that's an idea. And then so let me open it up here. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. All right. Episode 14. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna copy this and bring it over into Knowledge Gumbo. Episode 14. Cool. Yep, I was right. Thank you.
Paul is the man.
Yes. So let me bring this over here with the other concepts. I'll move this down. So there's something that's not being shown that's being highlighted. Okay. Something else. All right. So now I'm going to put knowledge in a ribbon, and I don't even think it's centered. So I'm going to center this. And then center this. Okay, now it's centered. So what I'll do to create the ribbon, I can do it manually, or I can like add like a curve. So let me do this. Reduce the opacity. Just make sure it kind of fits. So I'm just going to create a shape for the ribbon
Mm-hmm.
to make sure it has enough breathing room, the top and the bottom. So I'm holding Shift, Option, and clicking and dragging to create the top of the ribbon there. And then we can add the, like, what are they called? I don't know. I never even thought of it. Like, you know how the ribbons
The
are like cut?
tail.
Yeah,
The
like
tail
they
of
have like
the.
a little angle thing.
Yeah.
Angle thing. Yeah. So I can create that on one side. Usually like to have the bottom one. It's so weird doing this stuff live because I know what I'm doing, but you guys looking at it probably like, what the heck is he doing? But then like it'll all make sense in a second. So now what I want to do is reflect this, but I want to find the middle point of this artboard and reflect it and duplicate it. So I'm gonna group these, center them, and now I'm gonna use a shape builder tool. So I'm gonna highlight everything, but really I just need these three. These two circles and these two lines. Chop this
Mm-hmm.
out, chop that out, chop this, chop this. Now we have our ribbon.
Whoa.
And now I could put knowledge above and we can make it like white for now. We could change the colors of it. keep pressing it. Okay, now go to fill white. There we go. Yeah, so I noticed that it's more space at the top of the ribbon than it is below. So I'll move it down like that. So then I'll change the opacity back to 100%. So that's our ribbon. I think it looks pretty cool. Let me see if I was to tweak it like this.
It's like you're in my head.
What'd you say?
I said, it's like you're in my head because I was thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah. So now what I'll do is, in order to get it the exact same way on the other side, is I'll
Mm-hmm.
duplicate this, Command C, Command F, and then flip it on the other side like that, and then combine both of these so they're exactly the same on each side. Cool. Yeah. So then if we want it, because this gumbo has this effect, the shadow effect. So we could do the same thing to this if we wanted. So what I would do is, let's say if we wanted to make this orange, that's way too bright. So let me see if I can get this, reverse that. Yeah, I would definitely want to tweak these colors a bit because that's like bright, very bright. But that's the overall layout of it. But if we wanted to create that shadow, so really quickly, I would just Option Shift click and duplicate this. So let's say I make it like dark, dragged it below, and then you see here, then do another one, and then made it like black, but drag it below. This is just a quick and dirty way to do it. So now I could chop out. It's not gonna look right, like perfect, but just to show you what it could look like, chop out this middle one. And now I have like a little shadow back there, and I can make it the same color if I want it like that. But because of the curve, it looks a little weird. So I would want to tweak. I would want to adjust this, probably make it thinner and all of that. But that's a quick way to add like a shadow to it. So my question is now, we got 14 minutes left. Out of the three concepts, like this, it's not like finalized, but which one would you want to push forward in terms of like perfecting it so we could get the stuff branded between this one, and this one? Of course, it could look, just keep in mind, it could look a ton of different ways. Like we could drop this into, well, of course, get the color scheme right, but drop it into something like Leonardo, like we did to get this, but drop it in there just to see what it could help us with. For this, we could create like a gumbo, like I could go in there and create like a gumbo texture or some type of logo style that represents gumbo to go in the pot. Well, we know we're showing it from above. So that's what we would do here for this to refine it. This would be more simple, just more like colors and stuff like that. Maybe a little bit of a texture. But yeah, out of those three, what do you think?
Can you zoom out a little bit?
Yeah, give me 1 second. 'Cause I noticed the angle. I noticed the angle of the K and the E is a little more steep than than it should be. One second. Okay. So this, move this out the way. This concept, or this concept? And of course, with this, if you wanted to refine this, I'll probably pick a different font for gumbo. Um,
Right.
but I just wanted
But
to show you quickly the layout of it.
if I pick that one, does it necessarily have to be looking at the pot from the top down? Could it be looking at it from the
Oh, you think
side?
about like from the side?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So, all right,
Or
hold on.
can I phone a friend? Hey, everybody out there, can
What do
y'all
y'all
vote?
think? Yeah, let's let people chime in. David, what's good, my brother? Look, I appreciate it. James, hey, I appreciate you as well. Truly, Jeremy, what is going on, man? Great to see you.
Yeah, Jeremy, you're a gumbo aficionado. Help me
I
out.
I know. He said I saw the word gumbo and I had to join. That's funny. So you mean kind of like this, like if we made like a pot and put gumbo over top, like this, or like to curve the pot?
Maybe like that, because we know circular doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like there's a way. Hold up, I'm curious.
Nobody's voting, people. Come on.
Let me see. Hold on. So let me
I'm
do.
trying to phone a friend. Help me.
Yeah, y'all chime in, please. Help us out. Help us
It's
out.
called Ecamm Fam for a reason. Family
Right.
always got an opinion, even when you don't want to hear it.
That's facts. So all right, let me go here. Effect, warp, um, bulge. It's almost kind of like this. Or we could do an arc.
Is there a way to do, you know, how you can put letters into a shape so that the letters look like it as opposed to distorting it?
Letters into a shape. Yeah, there is. I know Doc did something with that last week. Well, when we were working on his logo, he had mentioned that. So you mean like to fill this completely?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me try to make it a bit more manageable in terms of the shape and see. Unless, oh, I just got an idea. Hold up.
Uh-oh. That's why I'm waiting for the genius to take over.
Unless we pick like a really condensed font, like Zoom or something. Let me see. Or even Stillfish. Stillfish may be too condensed. But like this, for example. We make it black. Almost like this, but in the shape of a like a pot. Like if I was to add the top part of the pot on the sides, I would want to make these letters closer to, and I don't want it to look stretched either. So, and I would want it to be like this part of the G to at least be straight. But let's see if we like curved it out like this. What does the top of a pot look like? You can tell I don't put.
Well, don't let me just pick from the other ones. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
You'll be like me and fall down the rabbit hole.
I know it's
I
too
do it
late.
all the time.
We've been down this rabbit hole. almost like something like that, but then shape, like bring all of the letters closer together. The M will be a little tricky. Let me move this part of the M up.
Well, David and Paul say they like the rainbow one. So
Okay. All right. So let me go back to that. Just curious. Just curious. Just curious, y'all. And then for the B, I would bring all of this down. Ooh. Almost like that, but then add this on the other side. Hold up. I'm almost done.
he fell, y'all. He went down that rabbit hole. He fell.
Almost like this. But I still feel like that's not really translating as a pie.
No.
I would have to maybe add a curve to it. All right. Let me go back. All right. Okay, cool. A in the lower right. So like gumbo. With you on that. Think the cast iron pot from hand on. Slightly elevated perspective. Shape is more oblong. All right, yeah, I don't want to get too far down. All
Yeah.
right, so okay, so they said the rainbow one
He
like
like
this one.
Frozen and Let Go.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. So like this one, should we put knowledge into a ribbon or just leave it as is? And yeah, and just
I'm
tweak with I
wondering,
guess.
does it have to? Is it better slanted or straight?
Straight. You talking about knowledge or the whole thing?
The whole thing.
We can see how it will look straight. The only thing is like I have to pull it up in Kittle because that's where we created it. Unless we created another one. Let me see my projects. Excuse me. Okay. This is it right here. So this one, for example. So let me see here. Okay. So this is what it would look like with, of course, not in the same colors, but without it
Mm.
at an angle. So that compared to that. Rainbow colors, it shows a mixture of things, yeah. And also we had I don't know if I saved it though. The other version with, let me see. Hold on 1 second here. Open. Episode season 3. Episode 12. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't save it. But there was a texture.
It's in there. I don't know what you did with it, but you got the example in there.
You said the example?
Yeah, wasn't it down below? Right there on the.
This?
Yeah.
No, it was another texture. Remember I went and looked up watercolor on Adobe Stock
I
and then
thought
I
that's
added.
what that was.
Oh no, this was done in. I mean, it looks similar to this, to be honest. This was done
Oh,
inside
okay.
of Leonardo. So
Okay.
yeah, where it added a bunch of different. Let me see here. Pull it up.
No, okay. Let's just go with that one, the color one,
Okay.
at angle, not straight.
Okay.
Cause
Cool.
I overthink things, so let me just cut it off.
All right, cool. So what we'll do, I guess, next time. So we got to do this. At is we got to knock out the cover and the graphics in the next episode. Okay. We
Okay.
got it. We got to get that done. So whatever scenes you need, make note of them, and we will knock
I
out the
already
rest of
sent
the.
you what I had.
Okay. Oh yeah, I can pull it up once I hop off of here to see. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
can
sent
knock
you
out
what
the
I
graphics.
had
Okay.
for the profile anyway.
Cool. It's out of curiosity, between the regular gradient of the rainbow and then like a more of a textured gradient, and we could drop out like the background and stuff if we wanted to. Which one do you prefer? Like the regular color gradient or like a more of a textured gradient?
I think I like the regular
Okay. Okay.
over the texture.
Okay. That's cool. And
Maybe,
just
you
just
know,
just just between now and next week, think of what you want the background to look like for the cover and like the rest of the graphics, because the logo is just one part, and then we like really add
right.
some life to it. Like for example, let me show you Eco Rise, because that was fun. It's one of my favorite. That was one of my favorites.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
So you
I'm
see
like
how like we
I
have the
kind of
logo,
wish
but then, huh?
I had something that you could use to create that.
What you mean?
Well, you know how you use the little thing that she builds them
Oh
in,
yeah.
puts the
Yup.
plants and stuff in.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So then we just had like a background. Maybe we can have a gumbo background or something like that. But we just don't. The main thing is like we want, when people see it, we just don't want them to think it's like a food thing. I mean, it is, but it
Right.
isn't. It's like about knowledge and quotes, and it's like a history lesson. It's like serious content, and like,
Right.
like stomach growling, like, I wonder what this is about. Like food wise, when it's not food related. Technically, it's not.
Right.
The name is, but
It's food for the mind.
yeah. So as people are scrolling like at a quick glance, we want them to. We just don't want it to fly over their heads, or them to be disappointed or think it's something else when it's not, because that's what we're portraying. Um,
Mhm.
that's the main thing. So cool. Well, I guess this was an experimentation episode. I'm sure. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Please smash that like button on the way out. Alicia, thank you. Paul, shout out to the whole fam. And I will see you all next week. Peace.